What is going on, YouTube family? As you can tell, I'm currently on vacation, which is odd. You could say, why are you posting a YouTube video when you're on vacation? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm dedicated to you guys. I love you guys. You're like my family, okay? And we're going to grow this thing, and we're going to be consistent, like I said from the beginning. Now you ask, what could you possibly make a video on? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm making a video on. We're going to be reacting to, well, I'm going to say reacting. We're going to give my review of episode 2 and 3 of Batman Caped Crusader. Now, I know another thing you are looking forward to me saying. What bad thing do you have to say now about the episode, superteke? What do you think about the episode now? You always got something critical to say. I saw your comments in the last video. Guess what? There's not no identity politics in this episode, okay? These last 2 episodes, 2 and 3, they were good. I can't really say they were good. Not great, but they were good. Now, to get to talking specifically about each episode, we're going to start on episode 2. Now, episode 2 leaned on a lot of detective work between Detective Montoya and Batman. Basically, Batman and Detective Montoya, they were clinging off each other's energy, and the detective side of things, basically, you know, Bruce Wayne met with Detective Montoya about a possible murder suspect for some lady who was part of the movie. And of course, being the detective that he is, he did put on the tracker to keep an eye on Detective Montoya in this case, which leads us to inevitably the villain Clayface. I loved this depiction of Clayface. It was something new. It wasn't a Clayface who turned into this big giant villain made of clay. Didn't do that take. It was just a Clayface who was going around being a murderer, murdering suspects from his past, pretty much. Wanting to murder his former directors, former castmates. Inevitably murdered the guy who done the surgery on him to turn him into Clayface. And then what the whole plot of him wanting to be who he became was basically he wanted to fall in love with this girl. I cannot remember the lady's name. She wanted to fall in love with her. And basically that is the reason why they switched his face around, because he was ugly. They said, hey, you know, I don't want to be this ugly man no more. So he changed his face. That was inevitably the reason why the surgery went wrong, and he killed the guy who done the surgery for him. And that's basically why he became the killing man he is now. But overall, it was a good episode. I have nothing wrong or bad to say. Bruce Wayne's acting got better. I'm starting to become a fan. I like the versatility from his Bruce Wayne impression and his Batman impression. The story did have great pacing. Pacing was great. Had nothing wrong with the pacing. One thing I can say, I'm not a fan of Jim Gordon. He's not doing it for me. I mean, we saw nothing about him, but for a little bit of the time he's been on screen, I can't really say I'm a big fan. And now we move on to episode 3, which personally, for me, has by far been the best episode. By far. So we introduce Batman's love interest in every aspect of the comic book world, Catwoman. And it was a different take on Catwoman. Very interesting. Basically, they put Catwoman as this depiction of her. She is obsessed with Batman, pretty much. I mean, this was basically an origin story between her and Batman. So he was going back to Batman's origin story, which, well, let me backtrack too. They introduced, the beginning of the episode was basically, they were having at a museum, and then Catwoman, Selena Kyle, was looking at Bruce's mom's pearls and was wanting to steal them, as always, as Catwoman. And then this guy makes a side comment about Batman's mom, like, why would you be in the alley? It's a crime alley, and then Bruce Wayne punches her and punches the dude in the face. And then it transitions to introducing Harley Quinn, which we're going to get on that later. And basically, Bruce Wayne needs therapy for punching the guy in the face. The guy needed therapy for alternative to jail time. Seriously? I thought that was the dumbest thing. It's by far probably the dumbest thing in the whole series that's going along to episode 3 right now. That was dumb. I mean, the guy made a bad comment about his mom. What else do you expect the guy to do? Okay, but whatever. And then that leads into the origin story between Catwoman. Catwoman has not officially been Catwoman yet. So, Catwoman, she has no money, struggling to pay the bills. And she picks up a newspaper one day and is like, I like this Batman fella. I know how to make us some money. So she just starts stealing things, makes her own costume and starts stealing things, which, you know, I mean, it works, I guess you could say. Then here's another case where Catwoman becomes obsessed with his car. She says, I need my own car. She wants to get her own costume because of Batman. She wants to get her own car because of Batman's car. That part made no sense. I guess it's a little different take you want to put on Catwoman, I guess. But hey, it worked. That leads me to another thing too. Off of the Harvey Dent thing, don't like Harvey Dent. I don't care for his character. This little jokey, you know, non-strict district attorney Harvey. It's not working. It don't work. It's not working for the episode. Not working for me. So if you want to talk about politics into the show, let's put a little emphasis on this. They were talking about inflation and unemployment in this episode in the 1930s. Seriously, unemployment and inflation in the 1930s. That was wild. That was wild, if I say so myself. But moving on to the end of this episode, Catwoman comes up wanting to bust into the Gotham Museum one last time, and then obviously she has a pet panther now. I guess that was what that was. It wasn't a regular cat; it was a panther. And Batman gets the guy who's over the Gotham Gazette. Hey, just in case Catwoman don't get captured again, I need you to come take some photographic evidence of her actually stealing. So does that. Batman captures her eventually, as Batman always does. And then there's the episode, and there's the end of it. There was a little final twist at the end. Catwoman's maid, Catwoman ain't been paying her maid in the last 3 years, so she said, hey, you're in jail now, I'll take your money. I'm not bailing you out, and I'm gonna live happily ever after by myself. She said she's going to the Bahamas, which is where I am right now, which is how ironic is that. But anyways, so that's the end of the episode. So far, that was my favorite episode. It leaned heavily on the Batman mechanism between his psychological emphasis on the death of his parents and it affecting his past and affecting who he is now. He had that component, and then him and his love interest and his, you know, love-hate relationship with Catwoman, of how interesting he is to her, and yet how interested he can be in her, and how uninterested he is at the same time. By actually, yeah, she's a good-looking woman, but yeah, she gets on my nerves. You know, at the end of the episode, he's like, hey, she's out of our hair for now, but we got to get to the bigger picture. So I gotta give hats off to it. So far, so good. Nothing really negative to say storytelling wise. So far, so good. I really can't complain. All the acting is working. All that voice acting for the most part is working for the most part. We'll get to the Harley Quinn stuff later. I know she's probably going to have her own episode in the future. We'll dissect her later. That's probably something I'm not going to care for, to be honest with you. But as far as Batman, for this being a Batman series and being about Batman, it's good. I mean, it's good. It's good Batman storytelling. I can tell Bruce Timm brought his own perspective on this from the past. It feels old school Batman. It's leaning heavily on detective work. I like the Batman aspect of it. Everything else, it is what it is, in my opinion. But for me, episode 3 has been the best. I feel like this brought back why I truly fell in love with Batman, the Catwoman and Batman mechanism of Batman and his love-hate relationship with her. But I'm just going to have to keep you updated on more, and we're going to get you with another episode review. We're going to be coming out with 4 and 5s in the next 2 episodes. So we're going to be doing by 2 episodes now. And yeah, if you enjoyed my quick review, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more, tap that bell to make sure you get all the notifications when all my videos go live, and subscribe. I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, I'm giving y'all a review on vacation. Come on. I mean, could you do anything else but drop a subscribe for you, boy? As always, y'all, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya.